Morning, everyone. It's Tuesday morning around 8:20, and I'm getting an early start on this because I don't think that there are any blockbuster important numbers coming out at 8:30. Okay, Asia and Europe both higher on yesterday's action. And this morning, or last night actually, Eli Lilly, LLY, for those who don't remember it, got an emergency use approval for its antibody treatment for COVID, and the stock is 147.55. That's up five and a quarter, or 3.67%. Uh, Boeing and LUV have basic news that bears on each other. LUV says that they are going to buy more of the Boeing 737 MAX, and it's up $1.15. I'm sure that's not exactly what it's all about, but Boeing, which was up 21 yesterday, is up another 5. Last night, Beyond Meat reported bigger loss than expected and a miss on revenues. As I mentioned last night, the stock was down pretty hard after trading as high as 170 recently. It went down to 105 on the news and was trading 115, down 41 or 27%. But as of right now, it's 116. And it's showing down 34. Simon Properties, also two pieces of news. The stock was down 275 on their earnings and guidance. And this morning, the bankruptcy judge says it will allow Brookfield and Simon Properties to buy the retail division of J.C. Penney. I've mentioned this a couple of times. They're trying to save several of the brands in their malls, and J.C. Penney's is probably the biggest. Only curious about when they say retail operations. I didn't know that J.C. Penney had anything but retail operations. Nikola is up 32 cents on a smaller than expected loss. And Target and Ulta announced a joint agreement where Ulta is going to be in Target. So basically a store within a store, like my local Target has a Starbucks and a CVS, and so now it'll also have an Ulta. On the news, Target was up $1.86 at 156.77, so nothing overwhelming there. But Ulta was up at 269, up 22.70, or about 18%. And Pfizer, which yesterday had in the run up after the news, had a high of 41.99, but closed down in the 39.20 area, still up on the day, but near the low. This overnight has traded a little bit lower and then rallied higher. It has not broken yesterday's range line, but it is trading at 40.53, up $1.33, or 3.3%. It's a lot of threes. In any event, it's catching a second wind. Uh, what is interesting this morning, and I'm not sure who it is, but there's obviously one or two Dow stocks that are higher, because the Dow implied open is up 172, while NASDAQ is actually down about that. And in looking at a third one, the S&P is down about 550 or $6. So there's something in the Dow that is pushing it higher in direct divergence for the rest of the indexes. Okay, so oil up another 16 cents, came down and tested 39.41, and is now 40.52. The high was 41.02, so it's kind of mid-range after yesterday's monumental rise. On the other hand, the gold is only up about $21, although the silver is up about 45 cents. And since we're long the AGQ, I thought I would just add. So this red line is the 100-day MA. We went through it and then started back up. We came back to the point to break out and we started back up. Yesterday's action, with it down almost $2 and closing near the low, went right through it. And this morning, it's up above it. This is a pretty important line, and really the shorter term ones, the purple line is the 5-day, the blue line is the 20-day. It's bouncing back and forth here, up over it, down below it, up over it, down below it. So I think that this is probably still intact, and we'll see how we do today. We do have 4 higher bottoms. We have this one from late September. We have this one from just recently, a month later in October. So we'll have to see. When we came down yesterday, we also made in the short term, a little higher high. The other position that we have that I want to show you is the nat gas. And frankly, it's been all over the place, all to the downside in general. But it too is bouncing off an important moving average. This orange line is the 50-day MA. And as you can see, it has held that all along. Here's once, a couple of times here, basically a couple of times here, and yesterday's action right down to it. It's a pretty steep downtrend here, and I think we're going to get a pop here, at least back to this area around 311, 312, but it could move higher. It's not unusual for this to bounce off the line and in a matter of a day or two go like here from 260 all the way up to 295 in basically 2.5 days. So that's where we are. Okay, so now the Dow is showing up 157, NASDAQ is showing down 172, and the S&P is right there around down $6. All right, everyone, have a good morning. I'll be back later, and be careful out there. Use in this kind of a market, you really need to use appropriate size for your positions. If they go in your direction, they're probably going to be nice profits, but you want to make sure you're holding down the losses by using smaller positions. All right, just want to remind everyone, we have the radio show today on WPSL.com. That's www.wpsl.com. You can listen to the show, and today's guest is Dennis Marlowe, remarkable futures trader, and I really think that you ought to listen. I will post the link after the end of the day, and I will put out the phone number if you want to call in, and I'll put that on the Discord channel. All right, everyone, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll be back later.